Alrighty, so here's that image that you liked. Let's do before and after. Don't mind the crying babies in the background. That is my life. Let's get a before and after for you. But this is my raw. This is my edit. As you can see in the raw, I sort of underexposed a little bit, which is what I like to do typically when I know I want really bold colors in my photo, which is usually what I do want when I shoot in the woods like this. Something to note is that I know you mentioned backlight, golden hour kind of photos, but honestly, to get these rich, deep tones, I find that the light, as long as it's pretty even, I don't really want it too intense. I kind of want it dark and shadowy, and then your colors really pop, which is why I was so pumped when this little fella here, was wearing a red sweater, because I knew it was going to pop, because we're doing a wood session. It's all in the woods. It's very dark and shadowy. My ISO was up at 500, which is pretty good when you're outside. And then I kept my shutter way high so that these guys were literally all over the place the entire time. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have too much blur. And I was at 2.5 because I knew my depth of field was going to be pretty good with this guy sitting over here, and I didn't want him entirely out of focus because that would have been too distracting. I wanted him just slightly out of focus. So that's what I did with that. Let's go back. Here's my edit. I'm going to reset that to my raw, and then I'm going to show you. You can see over here, I'm going to, usually I kind of go, what do I like? I love this one for this. That's kind of a little too dark and intense, so I'm going to up my exposure just a smidge. This is the VSCO presets. It's very filmy. I highly recommend them, but they do take a lot of tweaking and so forth. But anyway, so to start here, I'm gonna probably bring my blacks down because I know I'm gonna want it really poppy, really bold, and I want this sweater to really pop out. However, with that said, I'm gonna bring the contrast down, which probably seems counterintuitive a bit, but I'm doing that because I want this background here. Watch this background here as I bring my contrast. See, I really want that background to be really mellow so that this red sweater really pops. It's my kids. So yeah, I'm going to probably bring it around there. And then I'm going to come down to here and start messing with my sliders. And here, I like to play with my saturation the most. So yeah. What I want is to really bring that background colors down without messing up my skin tone too much. I'm going to bring my red down a bit. I'm going to bring my orange down a smidge. I'm going to bring my blues down. And are we watching the background? No, the background's not changing, so I don't care too much about my blue. Probably just gonna leave my blue around here. I guess my blue doesn't matter too much. And then I am gonna mess with my yellow. Watch the background with the yellow. It's super. See that? See that? I don't want that because it's taking away from the boys. It's completely standing out. I want the boys to stand out. So I'm gonna bring that down quite a bit. Maybe here-ish. So that this red is really standing out now, as you can see. I feel like the skin got a little bit gray, so I want to add a little more color with just my black, because it'll kind of pop the skin out a little more. And then I'm going to bring this up, probably about here. And then I'm going to bring up my exposure a little more. And then I just sort of tweak until I'm happy. And lastly, I would love to yank my green because green is good in my opinion. I don't want it to, I love this, because I love seeing all that green. But I know that's probably not usually what my clients want. So I'm usually sticking around 20 to 30 for that. And then, with my finished product, I would start taking some stuff out. And then let's talk about clipping. I'm not sure about my clipping here. On my Mac, I can hit J to see that. So yeah, I'm clipping a lot of blacks here. The blue is the blacks, the shadows. And if there were red, I'd be clipping highlights. So see, they see the red. Obviously, I don't want that at all. That's not going to work for my image to be dark and saturated. So I'm going to take down. I'm going to see that that's clipping, and I'm not too mad about it because you know what? I'm clipping in areas that don't matter too much. If I was clipping in his eyes or something, I might want to reconsider, but the fact that I'm clipping in areas that don't really matter, I'm okay with it. So I'm probably going to keep it there. I could even go a little bit more and clip little details here because it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I like it more this way. So that's how I'm going to do it. And let's see my before and after again. See? So it's a very simple thing. I'm going to show you all of this just so that you can maybe copy, paste it, have it for your own. Let's see. So you have all of this happening. I just want you to be able to see my tone curve and all of that. I could do this hand edit myself if I wanted to, but again, I just love the VSCO. It makes it a lot easier. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions about this edit, and then we can review it a little more. Sounds great. Right, ladybugs? Yeah. My daughter's here listening and watching me edit.